Hey friends, hello guests. These first couple videos, a little screwed up. I tried to tape them all in like one weekend and didn't even know what I was doing, didn't know how to edit them. I've since learned how, so I went back, kind of made fun of myself in the videos. Just watch them, have a good time, laugh your ass off. If you like them, give me a thumbs up, man. Thumbs up. Hello, tubers. Well, I'd like to welcome you to the first edition of The Shed. That's right. I will be cooking. We will be dipping. We will be whatever we want to do. We will talk about stuff. We'll have a couple beers and have a good time. What are we going to cook today? Well, I figured why not start off with a bang. We're going to cook some ribs. And I will show you how to prep these ribs and cook these ribs so they're nice and tender and your guests will have just an enjoyable experience. As you can see, I've already started prepping some. Here's what we will be using. These are actually beef ribs that I got from my son, but the rest of them are pork ribs, St. Louis style, and you can get them at Walmart, $10, $12, $15 a pack. Nice, cheap, very good ribs. All right, well, I will get this package open and I will show you how to prep them. Give me 1 minute, I will be right back. All right, this package is open and you see we got them, meat side down. On his back side, you'll see there's a little silver skin right here, or membrane. Depending on what part of the country you're from is what they call it. Silver skin, membrane, it don't matter. Anyway, some people don't remove this. I do, just because you can't chew it. There's no taste value to it. If you do remove it, it's, it helps. It just helps the fat melt and just gives you a better eating experience. What you do is just take a regular butter knife, get yourself right on one of them bones right there without cutting your finger off. Grab yourself a paper towel. Just grab a hold of it because it's very slippery. And just keep pulling it off. Now you don't have to get the whole thing off, as much as you can is great. And I know some of you are saying, really, you're prepping these in your shed? That's not very sanitary. Well, guess what? Here in Pennsylvania, this is how we do this. This is like backyard barbecue. We ain't rich people that have a nice kitchen. Well, we have a nice kitchen, but, we don't have personal chefs. This is how you barbecue, man. This is how you do it. So we'll get this one prepped real quick. And then I'll show you how to season them. Or how I season them. Some people might not. But we'll get this one prepped and then we'll keep going on. While I'm doing this, if you guys have any bullshit comments, any little naysayers, or you do yours different, well, good for you. Make your own damn fucking video. This is how I do it. This is how I like to do it. And this is how my guests freaking like me to do it. So, when you get people coming from miles around because they can smell your smoker going, then you make your own video. Like I said, you ain't got to get it all. You just want to get as much of it as you can. Some people are very particular and they take it all off. Well, good for you. All right, now you guys want to have some salt, kosher salt. And what you want to do is you want to put that on first. That salt will soak right into the meat. If I can get this damn thing open. Just put a nice layer of freaking salt on there, you know. Those of you that, you know, have heart problems or whatever, high blood pressure, you don't have to use kosher salt. You can use regular table salt, use half the amount. Get all these salted up real nice. These are going to be some good, nice eating ribs here, buddies. I'll tell you what. Now, some of this video might get chopped off. I don't want to make it too long. I don't want you guys to get bored and leave and go someplace else. If you haven't already left. Now, that's a nice little chunk of meat right there. See that? We're going to cut that off there. And that's going to be part of some pulled pork that I will make later on. Same video. I didn't really have time to prep enough grills for this. So I actually do have a pork roast in a crock pot. I hate cooking shit in crock pots, but that will be for some pulled pork that we'll have later on. I have a bunch of guests coming over, and maybe we'll shoot a little bit of that as well. Damn, that's some tough fat right there. All right, in case you're wondering where I'm putting all these scraps and everything, I have a trash bin dedicated for food scraps. For maybe my dog, Tess. You'll see her later, too. All right, so all these pork ribs have been salted. Wow, that's some big ass. These beef ribs came, the skin's pretty much already off them. Just a lot of fat. But we'll try to do these too. Like I said, I don't much care for beef ribs, but when you do them right, they taste pretty good. Anybody have any comments about beef ribs or how they like to cook them? I'd love to hear that. Because like I said, I don't cook them very often. I don't like them very much. But alright, so we got everything salted first. And now what we're going to do is I have some rub, some dry rub that I made up. It's a lot of brown sugar. It melts real nice into your meat. Some other spices. I'm not giving away my secret recipe. So you can look up how to make a dry rub on the internet. Plenty of different people have different opinions. You know, more salt, more sugar, less sugar, spices, and the ratios. You know, you just want to put a nice little light layer on there. You still want the meat to show. You don't want to cover it up completely. You know, just a nice little coating on there, you know. See that? See how that's rubbing in real nice? It's already starting to melt right into the meat there. All right, so while I finish prepping all this meat and everything, and then we'll throw it on the grill, and I'll show you, what to do next. All right, we got a little fire going in the hot box, and we'll let that burn up a little bit. and get them charcoal nice and hot, and then we'll start cooking. Okay, well, our charcoal is nice and hot. We've got our ribs on the grill here. I know the beef ribs aren't on there. I'm going to do something different with them. I'm going to show you how to set up a regular charcoal grill. A way that you can actually smoke and not cook over direct heat. All right, so here we go. We're going to add some, I got some apple and some hickory in here. And all you want is about 4 ounces to start with. About, you know, a couple chunks. About 4 ounces of wood. Just put them somewhere around your charcoal where they'll get nice and hot and start smoking. Close your lid. Close your damper if you got one. Now see, this temperature here will go up. You want to keep it right about 225 or so is the best smoking temperature. It'll be about 4 hours. Of course, I will be, oh, there's my shed. There's a project I'm working on. Yeah, I'm giving you guys a whole tour of my shed. Didn't even realize it. All right, now that I got that figured out. This is actually an old smoker of mine. Many years ago. This was bought for me by my kids. But you can see right here is where there used to be a hot box. Just like on my other smoker. But it eventually wore out and fell off, and so I just put a plate on there and made it into a regular charcoal grill. Well, what you do is you want to set your charcoal and your wood on one side with a little grate above it. Okay, and then you put your other grates or whatever, put your grates back in anyhow, depending on how many you have. And then you're going to put a pan over your charcoal, put some water in there. That'll help keep some moisture rolling around. Even if you have some, there must be a hole in that pan somewhere. Son of a bitch. Well, holy dick, there's a hole in the pan. Well, anyway, we'll just keep filling it up there then. If you have some liquid smoke, you can add some liquid smoke to that, as long as you ain't got a hole in your pan. And then we'll put our meat on this side where it's not on the direct heat. Okay, as you can see, I've got my meat on the indirect heat side, and we're going to go ahead and close this lid and let them cook. Okay, I got a thermometer right there. Of course, you know, you can adjust your temperature or how much smoke flavor you're going to get in there. And we'll let these cook a while. Wow, those are looking really good, aren't they? Damn, look at them things. We'll just take this one, move it right on down here to the end. See how it's getting a little dark on the end there. We don't want that to get too dark too fast. Well, there's that little piece I was cooking. We'll move this one down here, and then we'll move this one here a little bit closer. And we'll get these all stacked up right next to each other again. I'm going to actually spin this one around. And no, you don't have to flip your meat, you know, front to back, you know. You don't have to do this. You know, you just let them sit there and cook just like they are. Close that. Check on this fire real quick. Oh, we're still doing good in there. And we'll come over here and check these meats too, just to, wow, this one's cooking a little bit hot. We'll leave that lid open here just a little bit, and we'll shuffle these around. Now remember, these are them beef tips, beef ribs that I don't really care for. Boy, listen to them sizzle though. Now, I have never used one of those rib stackers. If you know what I'm talking about and you've used one, let me know how they work. I don't think I'd care for them very much. But, yeah, water's still good. All right. All right, tubers, so check this out. My temperature is dropping a little bit in the smoker, so I'm going to add a little bit more charcoal. And instead of just dumping it in on that fire and causing a big old mess and everything, I'm going to start a little charcoal in this chimney here, and then we'll dump that in once that's ready, and we'll get that temperature right back up to where it's supposed to be. All right, this is a proper way to pull pork. Take 2 forks, and you just scrape that nice meat. By the way, this is the roast I had in the crock pot I was telling you about earlier. You just scrape that meat down like that, cutting it off like this. That is not pulled, that is cut. Hey tubers, a lot of you are probably going to ask, what do you do while you're waiting for your meat to cook and everything? Well, you crack one and pack one. That means you fucking open a beer and you pack your lip. You liked it. You know you did. Give her a thumbs up. Leave a comment below.